Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So remember that holiday that I said that I had planned and I was going to record? It was kind of a bust. I wanted to surprise Boy for his 25th birthday. He's been working really hard this year, so I wanted to give him a holiday. I wanted to take him away, let him relax for a few days. That was the plan. Originally I wanted to book a stay in a tiny house. There was a company based here where I live that has a couple, but they get booked out well in advance, so I was too late at that point to book a stay there. So I came across this place kind of completely by chance. It was like glamping, but in like a bubble tent kind of thing. I will insert a photo here. So it was about a 4-hour drive to get there, and we were pretty excited when we got there. We were like, oh, this is cool, like, you know, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. We'll be able to relax and disconnect and watch the stars while we sleep, you know, just be out in nature. So we check in and we booked another night before we even saw the place. We shouldn't have done that. But everything looked good from far away. We got to our tent and we had a look around and we were like, oh yeah, like this is cool, this is unique, this is different. So everything was all good. When we walked into the tent, it was like a sauna in there. It was a cold day. It was probably only like 17 degrees Celsius. But it was boiling hot inside that tent. The sun wasn't even out, it was very overcast. And we went in there and we're like, oh, have they put the heater on? The heater wasn't on, it was the air conditioner. So we were like, okay, you know, we can deal with a warm tent, like, you know, whatever. And then not long after that, there were quite a few flies hanging around. I mean, like camping, you know, like you expect bugs and stuff like that to come out. So, you know, it wasn't really any sort of big deal. Like, I've been camping so many times, I'm used to dealing with bugs and creepy crawlies, whatever. It's just part of camping. Decided to spray the tent out. We got given a used, almost empty can of bug spray. I knew there was going to be bugs, so I brought like the stuff that you spray on your skin, Aerogard. So not long after the tent was sprayed out, Boy goes to me, don't look. I'm like, what do you mean? Look at what? There was a giant huntsman spider inside of the tent. I am petrified of spiders. I'm arachnophobic. Cannot deal. He's scared of spiders too, but I don't think quite as much as me. So he sprayed it with what very little bug spray he had left. We left the tent, we stood outside. This thing did not die. That fly spray was not enough to kill it, and it looked like it wanted to kill Boy. Like it wanted his head on a silver platter. So we were standing outside and one of the employees came up to us and he's like, is everything okay? I'm like, oh, well, I'm arachnophobic and he doesn't like spiders either, and there's a gigantic one inside our tent. We ran out of bug spray to kill it. Could you please give us another can or something? He ended up getting rid of it, which was all good. While we were waiting outside, we were letting the tent like air out, get all the fumes out of it, and we saw a giant, more than one, but giant mosquitoes, probably like the size, almost as big as my hand. It wasn't a dragonfly. I know what a dragonfly looks like. This was a mosquito, It was giant and it was orange, and I'm like, okay, so we smothered ourselves in Aerogard, and then we were sitting on our chairs outside, and I noticed that there were a lot of bees around the base of our tent. I'm allergic to bees. If I get stung, I'll go into anaphylactic shock. Now that wasn't going to be a good thing because the hospital wasn't exactly close. The other thing, when we told the staff that I'm allergic to bees, one of them flat out said to me, "There are no bees, there are just giant flies." There must have been something in the water for their giant flies to be yellow and pollinating all the flowers at the base of our tent. I'm pretty sure that that's something only bees do. The owner had gone into town to get stuff at that point, apparently. But the employee told us, oh, if you wait till he gets back, he might upgrade you to like a cabin or something. So we were waiting for a while, and we were talking, and we're like, what are we gonna do? Like, we've spent so much money. We had been in this situation before when we had stopped in this town on our last holiday that we went on. We went to another state, but we stopped here, not at this specific campground, but at another place on the way back from that holiday that we took earlier this year. And we were like, oh, we're in this situation again. It's happening again. We were both, we didn't know what to do. We're like, if we upgrade, they're probably going to charge us an arm and a leg for a cabin. Like, so I ended up saying it's probably better if we just drive into town and get a motel there. It's probably going to be cheaper because I looked online and the prices for their cabins were not cheap, and I don't think that they were going to just let us go stay in them. So we left. And we drove into the town, and we told the lady at the front desk at the motel what happened. And she goes, oh, where were you staying? When I told her, she was like, yeah, like, she knew. She's heard a lot about this before, like, it was pretty obvious. She didn't say anything else, but it was obvious. So we ended up staying there for 2 nights. We weren't going to catch an assortment of diseases there. So the next day I had a tour booked at the Naracoorte Caves because I got told that that was a really cool thing to see out that way. So I'll insert footage of that here. After we had a look at the cave, we went for a walk around sort of like the area. It was a really beautiful spot. We got more photos of some other caves that you couldn't go into, but they were like viewing platforms, so I'll insert some photos here. He has to go on slides every time he sees them.
Pretty scared. Pretty scared.
What are you trying to do? that night we decided that the best thing to do was to go back to the motel and drink. That was the one thing that the campground got right. When we checked in, they gave us a bottle of Moscato and chocolate. The chocolate wasn't theirs. They tried to pass it off as their own. It wasn't theirs. But the Moscato was really good. Really, really good. And then we had more at the motel, obviously. Before we got, too happy on the alcohol, we decided to go for another walk, which I will insert footage of here. Came back out. Hi, buddy. We won't hurt you. You can have your dinner. It's okay. He's massive.
It's a different one.
It's massive. Oh, I'm sorry, mate.
Pose. Give us a pose.
He is. I nearly stepped on him. On your way, sir. Yeah, we just kind of drank, went on a walk, ate a bunch of chocolate, slept, got up the next morning, and we headed home. Here in Australia, you could drive 2 minutes and the landscape will be completely different. The country roads are pretty dangerous because of kangaroos will wipe out your car. It's kind of scary, but it's really pretty out there. So I'll insert that footage here.
loving you. I've been loving you.
So we lost quite a bit of money. I mean, money's not everything, but it wasn't good. It was quite a bit of money that we lost, and we could have used that money to go somewhere else. I mean, the trip was okay. I mean, it was good to just sort of get away from everything and be with each other for a bit, but it wasn't what either of us had planned, and that first day, it just kind of ruined the whole trip. I think it really bummed both of us out, and it just put a damper on the rest of the time away, and we just kind of really wanted to get home. I mean, it's camping, yes, you expect bugs. I hope our next holiday is better than what this one was. Yeah, it wasn't much of a holiday. Sorry, boy. I'll do better next time. In my defense, everything online, all their photos, it looked clean. The reviews that I saw were good reviews. Now, after what happened to us had happened, I had a look deeper on some other websites, and there were a lot of bad reviews. So at least we know not to go back there. And earlier this year, a little girl drowned in their yabby pond on their campground. I don't remember it being reported on the news. I don't remember hearing anything about that. It happened when the lockdowns here in Australia got really serious. So yeah, I don't remember hearing anything about that ever happening, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, their yabby pond was still full of water. It didn't have a fence around it. That's pretty much it. That was more or less our trip. The parts that we enjoyed anyway. So, thanks for watching. I know it sucked. At least you didn't have to live through it like we did. Oh. Anyway, yeah. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. That would be really fantastic if you could do that. And I will see you in the next video.